We're back! Buzz Beeman here to tell you about our newest episode of TC Streets. In episode 19, yours truly dons the art critic cap. We welcome our newest sponsor, Vic Wickers Furniture. Sheila Ernster rocks our world with her newest ear candy, titled Hard Candy. We'll sit in stunned wonderment while listening to the poesy of St. Paul's most divisive new surrealist poet, John It's Time Sands. Finally, our newest weathers, Ocean Weathers, brings us a long-term forecast from our little ocean of the north, Lake Superior. So crack a Chablis, load up your vape pipe with Blueberry Bonanza, and rip open that bag of Twizzlers. It's TC Streets time.
Hello, I'm John Chen, reporting from the Great Wall of China, saying to America many greetings. We have received some information from the Epstein files that says Epstein's former neighbor, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, was often seen in his window with binoculars, looking into Epstein's infamous massage room. The video shows binoculars poking through heavy draperies and vigorous movement behind the right side drapery. Is this easily observable clandestine operation normal behavior from a former head of Cantor Fitzgerald? Or was Mr. Lutnick just excited to see Jeffrey Epstein's new decor? John Chen signing off with many questions. One being, why not smaller binoculars?
Buzz Beeman here, debuting a new segment we're calling Graffiti, Voices from a Can. During this segment, we'll be cruising the city highlighting a form of art used by prehistoric man that has really taken off since the 1980s. We'll feature works by some of the metro area's most prolific graffiti artists and take a gander at some up-and-comers. We'll also take an in-depth look into the theory that the lack of economic benefit and actual loss to the vast majority of graffiti artists seems to indicate communist tendencies, or a buy-in into the age-old extreme delusional idea of art for art's sake. Also, a couple questions to mull. First, why haven't companies sent graffiti artists out on the down low to paint ads? That would have to be cheaper than billboards. And finally, are stickers the new lazy man's graffiti? This here is a Picasso-influenced homage to Ted Nugent's rock and roll anthem, The Great White Buffalo, proving once and for all that there is a subset of homeless diehard Republicans crying out for acknowledgement. This one means they're always watching, because it has the big eyes and the furrowed brow. It's said to be the underground symbol for Palantir. This one's for the hard and Slav players out there. This guy's remembering his life before he lost everything. Experimental videographer Lexi Arneson has submitted this video encapsulating her reaction to this graffiti artist's life and work. It's titled Day After Day. Now, this one, we don't know what this one, at TC Streets, we're wondering what your opinion on this one is. Maybe art is in the eye of the beholder on this one. We got Free Me Please, and then another person came by, and we don't know if it says Hold Me Please or Home Please. We hope it doesn't mean both. Hold me please. This graffiti artist almost makes me want to take meth. Sadly, the Nazis have ruined its reputation. I'm sick of it. The bubble letters. I've had it with the bubble letters. Enough with the bubble letters. It's been 8 decades now. No more bubble letters. This one we're gonna title illegible. Much as the ones you see in museums that are called untitled, we're gonna say illegible on this one. We'd please like some information on this one. It seems to be a common one. This person needs to be apprehended. The 194, the reserved. Who is reserved? That's what TC Streets wants to know. Who's reserved? This might be a message for the meth monster. Or it could be a warning from Pam Bondi. Here's a graffiti artist who strives for perfection. Never satisfied, he's always giving his work a tweak. Here we have some work by the metro area's most prolific graffiti artist, Gray Square. Some people say that Brown Square is just as prolific, but I have my doubts. Look at this. I do kind of admire the flattened brushstroke. It gives me a sense of serene calm. Sometimes he blurs the edges as we see here. Sometimes they are hardened. So, as you see, he makes the most of his limited motif. When looking at Gray Square, my emotions fluctuate between inner peace and existential dread. Here we have Floof and Boof Mommy. We don't know what the TC Streets, we don't know what this means. We're somewhat familiar with the second word, boof, but it's making us very uncomfortable, and we would like any help in finding this person who did the Floof and Boof Mommy, because it's just not right. It's just, we can't say anything else because we don't know, but it just doesn't seem right. Here's a fine work of self-portraiture by Sven Birdman Robbins. Often seen around these parts flapping his arms, Sven will eat out of your hand if you bring him the proper seed mixture. And he'll paint your portrait if you let him roost in your backyard. And here we have evidence of an alien visitation. Maury the Martian has been nice enough to send us greetings. We at TC Streets would like to extend greetings to you too, Maury. Buzz Beeman signing off saying, there's a lot of talking going on out here with these cans. Buzz Beeman here with TC Streets. We're down here at Waukon Teepee Center, brand new center down here, and we're running a little game here to celebrate their new grand opening. And we have this. Well, we don't know what it is. It's out here in front, and anyone who can guess what this is, when it's revealed, will receive a free 8x10 signed glossy of yours truly, Buzz Beeman. If you can guess what this is.
Hi, I'm Nick Hammer, the comic plumber, here today to tout the praises of plumbing's newest player, Everleak. The fine people at Everleak have made use of the knowledge every plumber I know has realized after even a week in the industry. The problem is pressure. Think about it. Your trap is clogged. What pushes water back up the drain? That's right, pressure. You say, Nick, what's the easy answer? I've often asked the same question. Well, the fine folks at Everleak have the answer. It's looser fittings. You see, with looser fittings, something always goes down the drain. The next question you may be asking is, where does it go? You see, the fine folks at Everleak include at least one galvanized metal bucket with each purchase. Just empty the bucket when it's full, and at least one of your problems goes away. Actually, Everleak may end up being a real problem for me. Everleak performs so well, much of my easy work may evaporate. Nick Hammer, the comic plumber, telling you to choose Everleak because, you know, we all know. The pressure is the problem.
I married my cousin! I married my cousin!
This is the best ever!
How aristocratic. Hello, I'm Eddie Poohan, sales associate for Vic Wickers Interiors. I'm a dining room table specialist. I also have an expertise in placemats. Paper, plastic, or cloth. We have them all at Vic Wickers Interiors. Heck, I once even ordered in a set in fur. So if you're looking to keep your tabletop in tip-top shape, or just want to impress your neighbors, dial WIC. That's 842-9425 and ask for Eddie Pooh Hands, because Eddie Pooh Hands has the touch. Buzz Beeman on the corner of Snelling and University in St. Paul, here to report that in a case of extreme mismanagement, it seems the wires have been crossed and the wrong building has been demolished on this corner. It was supposed to be the Spruce Tree Plaza over there, and they've somehow just demolished this perfectly fine building here on the north. I don't know what direction it is, but it's this one right here. They demolished that one, and they were supposed to take that big green one down. Buzz Beeman, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Look forward in future episodes. Buzz Beeman signing off saying, keeping track of your tax dollars here at TC Streets, and call your councilman or woman.
Water, wind, and sun. We've got it all with the weathers.
Hello, I'm Ocean Weathers, just in from LA, filling in for my sister's windy and sunny weathers. Today I'm up here in Duluth, reporting from Minnesota's Little Ocean, Lake Superior. I'm thrilled to be joining my sisters after a decade on the West Coast. I'm here to give you a long-range forecast for the summer ahead. I see this upcoming summer as extremely cold, with highs in the upper 80s and lows in the mid-60s. I recommend layers and a wool cap. I'm also a hard no on waxing up here in the Northland. You're going to need all the insulation a body can muster once the sun goes down. If you're an extremely hardy soul and hit the beach near Canal Park, I recommend a very tiny Speedo. Also, I'd say the beach in Duluth is a hard pass for a first date, unless you have professional comedic chops. Finally, I'd like to thank George Sorensen for the recommendation of Dave's Cheesy Knockwurst. Ocean Weathers saying, layer, layer, layer. You can always take it off. We at TC Streets are proud to welcome another poet from St. Paul into our studios this month. It's none other than Jonathan It's Time Sands, a surrealistic poet who may be vying for St. Paul Poet Laureate in the future. Take it away, Jonathan. Why, thank you, Buzz, for the fine introduction. Hello, I'm Jonathan It's Time Sands, reading my new poem, Blood. Blood, butterflies, bright light, soft-headed, blood. I can almost taste it. Well, Jonathan, that certainly wasn't what we expected here at TC Streets. Hoping the best for you. There is a first aid kit on the bottom shelf in the restroom off to your left. And Jimmy, can you get him a towel? The floor in there has just been waxed.
Hello, I'm King Danny the Dolphin with a message to terrestrial Earthlings. You're becoming an issue that simply can't be ignored. With all the apparent diabetes and missile testing, we thought the problem would take care of itself. It hasn't. We therefore must insist you leave us more fish. If you don't leave us more fish, we will start biting. Don't test us. AI told us you were dumb. I went to the dentist the other day and the dentist said, what you eating? And I said, candy. Hard candy. Give me candy. Hard candy. Dentist said, you better cut that out. Dennis said,
or you're not going to have a tooth in your head. And I said, but I love candy. Aha, candy. Give me candy. Give me more candy. He said, oh no, I got a chipped tooth. Oh well, I guess I'll just get a crown. Dennis said, you better, I'm really telling you, you better knock it off with that candy. I said, I don't know. That's all I want to eat. That's all I'm gonna eat. I need that candy. Give me hot candy. I want candy. Give me hot candy. I gotta, that chipped tooth ain't going nowhere. I'll just get a crown. Oh, give me hot candy.
Well, that was an informative hoot. Who says learning has to be boring? We just delivered an art critique, poetry, music, a political video masterpiece, and gave you all a heads up on this summer's Northlands weather. Buzz Beeman signing off saying, Ocean, let those ladies down gentle like. This ain't LA. They may come for you. This morning at my girlfriend's, I found I was out of clean underwear. In a moment of desperation, I put on one of her diapers. Throughout the day, I've come to realize the convenience of the adult diaper. In fact, I'm peeing right now. Remember those wonderful family dinners of your childhood with wholesome food and witty repartee? The ones where Dad wasn't there?